Hello, welcome to Ragnar's Forge. Today we're going to make some very basic LRC suits. These are generally the first things that people are going to make in the first foray into crafting. I'm going to be using leather, and then we're going to do some basic imbuing to get the stats that we want. So, first thing we're going to do, I'm going to go into our resource box and grab some barbed leather. I'm going to make these out of barbed, just because it gives us a nice chunk of resists, and we're going to get naked as well. Turn my hotkeys on, and we'll open up the sewing machine as well. Alright, so we've already got barbed leather selected, and we're going to make some basic leather armour. Just take that off as well. Let's see, we'll start with a gorget, and a cap, some gloves, some sleeves, leggings, and finally a tunic. Right, let's pop all these pieces on. Let's see what resists we've got. Alright, so 55, 67, 68, 54 and 70. That's not bad. Very simple. Next thing we'll do, we'll head over here and we'll open up these two resource boxes. Now these resource boxes are unique to UOAlive. These things will hold all the different types of resources depending on what it's set up to take. So Tailor's storage box will hold things like your leather, cloth, all that sort of stuff. Your miner's resource box, that's going to have ingots and granite and things. The Stygian Abyss storage box, this is going to hold a lot of the imbuing things, so things like enchanted essence, boar pelts, lava serpent crusts, all of this sort of stuff that we're going to use for imbuing is usually held in here. And then the Madane's legacy storage box, this is going to hold things like our gems that we're going to use for imbuing, and other bits and bobs, like things like blight, putrefaction, bark fragments, all that good stuff. So we've made our armour. We've got a nice little bag here that we can pop it in. What we're going to do is make 100% LRC. These are very basic suits, generally aimed at brand new to the server player. I will sell these on my vendors for 10k each. They are so very simple to make, just about anyone can make one. So yeah, we're just going to do imbue the item. We're going to select lower reagent cost. This gives us a slider for the value. We can set this from anywhere between 1% and 20%. Now we've got 6 pieces of armor here, and we want to try and achieve 100%. I know from experience, having about 17 LRC on each part will get us over 100%. Now, what you may have noticed is as soon as we go to 19 and we go to 20%, we need an additional resource. So this is the material cost it's going to cost for us to imbue these pieces of armor. We need 5 magical residue, 10 amber, and if we're going higher than 19 and 20%, we're also going to need some additional stuff called fairy dust. Fairy dust can be obtained down in the abyss at the fairy dragons. It's one of the little mini champs down there. Kill the fairy dragons and they'll drop the fairy dust and some of the other essences. I think, yeah, essence of diligence. They'll drop those there. So we're going to go for 17%. We're going to need to grab some magical residue and some amber. So pop that there, and we'll pop that there. Okay, and we just press imbue item, and then we have it. 17 LRC on these leggings. Let's do the same for all the other pieces. Three. So we've got 3 pieces. Do the gorget. Get the arms. And then finally the gloves. There we go. each piece is now imbued with 17 lower reagent cost. And if we pop the whole suit on, we can see in our stats window we've got 100% LRC. And we've got not bad resists. 55, 67, 68, 54 and 70 energy resist. For a new player just getting into the game, or just joined the server, 10,000 gold is very easily achieved in the new player dungeon in Haven, and this suit is ideal for that. You're getting a nice bit of resistances, you're getting your LRC, and this will get you out into the big bad world. What we'll do is we will look at ways that we can improve upon this. So here at my forge, we do several different types of mage suits. At the moment, I don't believe I have any on my vendor. Wrong one. No, we don't. We only have the one at the minute. So let's look at a sort of mid-range mage suit. How can we improve upon this suit? Well, first thing that we can do, we can probably look at getting these resists made up a little bit higher, so that we've got full 70 resists. We can also look at implementing something like lower mana cost, so that our spells don't cost as much mana to cast. We can also look at potentially increasing our mana reserves. So let's look at creating one of those. Let's also spice things up a little bit. Let's add some little bits of extra customization in here as well. Let's move these out of the way. I'll grab another bag out of the bag of bags. So we're making a wizard suit, or a suit aimed towards a wizard. Let's start off with a wizard's hat. Wizard's hat are awesome, or always cool. Alright, we've got nice resists on there. And let's just fill in the other pieces with leather. Now we're using regular leather as opposed to studded leather. Main reason for that is studded leather is not medable, regular leather is. So that means a mage will be able to use the meditation skill to recover the mana quicker, and mana regeneration will also work better when you're wearing something that's medable. So here we are. Base resistances, 44 physical, 58 fire, 65 cold, 66 energy, and 66 poison and 70 energy. So first thing, let's look at getting these resistances made up to 70%. So we're going to use the imbuing again, and let's have a look at where our resistances sort of sit the lowest. So on the legs, 7 poison is the lowest. On the gloves, physical is the lowest. Physical is the lowest on the arms. Again on the tunic, physical. And physical again on the gorget. And the hat, that looks to be physical again. 44 physical is quite low. So let's get the tunic and let's imbue. This time we're going to go to resistances. Let's go with physical. What's the highest we can get? We can get 17, but we're also going to need boar pelts. Now I do have boar pelts, but we want to make sure that this suit is cost effective. So the customer isn't paying an awful lot for the suit. If we're using things like boar pelts, well, we have to add the price to that, because it's costing us time and effort to go and farm these. Or if we're buying them at a low price, that price has to be put on so we're earning a profit. So we're not gonna bother with those. We're just gonna go 15 physical resist. All it's gonna cost us is a bit of magical residue and 8 diamonds. So we've already got magical residue in the inventory. Let's just grab some diamonds. And we're gonna go 15%. So that's giving us 9 extra physical and imbue. And now we're up to 53 physical resist. Let's do the same thing on the arms. Resists, physical. Let's just go to 15 again. And now we're up to 62 physical. Now let's have a look at the remaining pieces. We've got 5 physical on the hat. We've got 12 physical on the legs. We've got 7 physical on the gloves. And 8 physical on the gorget. Well, let's go with the gloves. So in order to hit 70 physical, we need 8. Well, 7 plus 8 is 15. So we go physical again, drop it down by 2. And then we have 70 physical resist. So now we've got fire. Fire resist is rather low. So what part can we imbue? Well, the gloves has got 9. The sleeves also have 9. The tunic has 10. The legs have 10. The gorget is 12. And the hat is 8. Now, I know from experience that trying to imbue a cloth hat with fire resist, it's not going to give us a massive boost. But things like cold and poison, it'll imbue very high. So let's look at maybe the gloves. Let's put it on the gloves. So we're going to target it. So resists, fire resist. Now this time we need rubies. Well, luckily we've got a lot of rubies in here. So let's pop that there with the other gems. We can go up to 19 fire resist if we've got boar pelts. Different materials will allow you to go to different values in terms of resists, depending on that resist. So with leather, spined will allow you, has a big favour over physical resist. So naturally, the items from spined leather will come with a lot higher physical resist and lower other resists. A horned comes with a higher higher fire resist, and barbed generally favours energy resist. And all the different types of ingots are the same as well. They all favour sort of different resists when it comes to armour. So you can plan suits accordingly, and in a later video we'll probably look at that in some of the other suits that we do make for different builds and different sort of setups. We'll use different materials in order to get the right resistances. So for now, let's just put this to 17. So we're not using any of these boar pelts. We don't really want to use them, and this is putting us up to 66 fire resist, which is pretty good. Now the arms, again, 9 fire resist on there. Let's just bunk that up. So we're at 66, we just need 4, so 4 plus 9 is 13. There we go, pop that to 13, and now we're at 70 fire resist. I'm going to do the same thing for energy and poison. I'm only going to put a maximum of 2 resist imbues on the pieces of armor. I'm not going to go any further than that. I want to make sure that I've got space for other mods. So the legs has got the lowest in poison. We only need 4, so we'll do that. We've got poison. We need emeralds this time. So this is why it's a good idea that when you're out adventuring in dungeons and things, any of the regular gems that you come across, keeping a hold of them means you don't have to go and buy them, and they'll come in handy for imbuing. So we want to go to 11 for poison. There we go. Now we're at 70 resistances for the poison. Finally, cold. Now we need 5 cold resist, and we could do, I suppose we could do the hat. Let's see. So resist, cold resist. There goes the local boy racer. Yeah, so here we go. With the hat, we can go up to a maximum of 24 cold resists with the wizard's hat, which is fantastic. If we were lacking a lot of cold resist, we'd be able to get that really built up quite high. We're not really lacking it. We only need 5, so we would only go to 15. And we are going to need some sapphires for this, so let's pop them in, and then imbue. And then we are full 70 resists. So the next step, what we talked about, was we wanted to improve on the basic 100% LRC suit. Now we've already got 70 resists. We could put on some LRC and have this at a 70 resist suit with 100% LRC, but I think we can do a bit better than that. So let's take off the suit. We've done the resists. We don't need to sit and wear the suit anymore because we've done all, we know what they are. So let's have a look in the imbuing menu at some of the other things that we can do. Now, straight off the bat, we've got LRC and we've got lower mana cost. Lower mana cost will be really good for a mage. Let's see what this is going to cost. Relic fragments. Let's see. Yeah, we've got plenty of relic fragments. So relic fragments, and let's see how high we can take this. We can take this to 8. Now, leather armor, you can go to a maximum of 40% lower mana cost. So putting 8 on each of these pieces is going to be a bit of a waste. So let's move, and we're going to need Essence of Order. Now, we do have some Essence of Order, but we don't have anywhere near enough to be able to get each piece at 8. And it's also not going to be worth it, because we're going to be ended up wasting space by going over capped on the lower mana cost. So what we'll do, we'll just go to 7. This is going to cost 4 relic fragments, 8 tourmaline. So let's grab some tourmaline. We've already grabbed the relic fragments, and let's go for 7. There we go, 7 low mana cost. Now I have some macros and scripts set up to make my imbuing a lot faster. Means I can just target each individual piece, and it'll apply the 7 low mana cost. So let's get all of these done. Alright, there we go. Each piece has now got 7 low mana cost. So if we put this suit back on, we'll be able to see that not only have we got all 70 resists, we've now got 40% lower mana cost. So all of our spells are going to be reduced in mana cost by 40%, which is fantastic. So let's take this off again. Now obviously with this being a mage suit, we're going to want to put the lower, the LRC on as well. So again, just like last time, we're just going to put 17 on. We've already got the stuff in our bag. We've got the residue, we've got the amber. There we go. Already looking good. So let's get 17 lower reagent cost on the 8 rest of these. Oh, and we filled. We filled our first imbue. We did lose a little bit of materials because we filled. So we lost a little bit of amber and a little bit of magical residue, but that's okay. There's a button here, re-imbue last. This will try and repeat the last imbue that we did. So this will be on the hat. We're wanting to do 17 LRC. This time we succeeded. There we go. So we'll put the 17 LRC on the rest of these parts. We're filled again. There we go. And filled again, so we'll retry. Oh, we filled twice in a row. Retry it again. And there we go. We got it in the end. So now this suit has got 100% LRC, 40% lower mana cost, and then full 70 resists. So far we've got a pretty good suit. But let's, what else can we do? So stats. Well, we've got mana regen and we've got mana increase. Mana regen would be nice, being able to regenerate our mana passively. But we need Seeds of Renewal, and it will only apply to mana regeneration. So in total that would be 10 mana regen, which is nice, but I think having some mana increase might be better. So let's put an extra 5 mana on each of these pieces. So we're going to need some enchanted essence, which is here. We've got some enchanted essence here, and we're going to need sapphires again, which we've already got in our bag. We've got 96 of them. And what you'll also see is this is giving us our 4th property on these legs, and you can see the number of times we've imbued, and we've got a 61% success chance. So the more properties we imbue, the more intense the properties we imbue. It's going to take up more property weight, and this is going to affect our success chance. Now if we fail the imbue like we did earlier, we're going to lose some essence and we're going to lose some sapphires. So you may want to prioritize how you imbue things. Relic fragments are the kind of the hardest to get, and enchanted essence sort of the mid-level ones, and then the magical residue are the low tier ones. So what you want to try and prioritize, if you really want them in max and save as much as possible, you want to do your relic fragment imbues first, your enchanted essence imbues second, and then you would leave your magical residue imbues to last, because those are the easiest to get. It's not too much of an issue if you waste some of those. So let's go ahead with this imbue. We filled it first time, that's fine. We've got a 61% chance. We've got it on the second one. So let's have a look now. Stats, mana increase. Let's see, this time we've got a 50.2% chance to imbue. So let's try. Oh, we got it first time. Fantastic. So let's get the rest of these parts imbued. We're just going to put 5 mana on each of them. There we go. And the final one. We filled it. Let's try again. Fill it again. Try again. And again. And again. You're going to see this a lot when you're imbuing, especially when you're imbuing a lot of things onto a piece of armor. Okay, so there we go. We've got a nice little suit going here. We've got, so far, we've got 100% LRC. We've got 40% mana increase. We've got max resists. And we've even got a nice little mana pool as well. So on UOAlive, we can type bracket my stats, and this is going to give us a breakdown of what our stats currently are. If we go on the next page, we can see that we're getting plus 30 mana. So overall, we've got a nice little suit. We've got max resistances, 100 LRC, 40 lower mana cost, and we've got a nice boost of 30 mana. We can still add jewellery to this, so we can get our faster casting and faster cast recovery up. But overall, this will be an upgraded version to the very basic beginner suit. We'll look at some other suits in future videos, but for now, this is just a basic introduction into making your first caster suits, making your first few pieces of armor through the imbuing and tailoring system. Thanks for watching.